So today we're doing another speedlight shoot, but I'm going to be using the MagMod system. This is my most recommended system for somebody that does, location run and gun kind of shoots and for events. It really does a nice job. If you're going to be hand holding or close off camera flash kind of stuff, this is the system I have, because this here with a camera really produces beautiful light and you can just move it the way you want to. I'll be using it on a stand today in studio to show you just my angles for when I'm using it, for this kind of shoot. I'm also using the battery pack, Sony's. I don't use this very often, but when I do, it really impresses me. The recycle time is incredible. The longevity is amazing. It just works really well. So this kind of setup, and now I'm using the HBL-F60RM2 with the MagMod system. But if you've never tried this system before, it really is nice. It's not perfect. No system is. But this company has been around for a long time. The longevity of this company is longer than any other. Oh my God, there's been so many modifiers put out that, claim to be better than sliced bread. But anyway, this is the one that has the most longevity and the one I use the most out of any of them if I am using this kind of system. So, but if you've never tried these, try them. They're actually pretty impressive. The generics are crap, just so you know. Even this updated MagSphere, this is the version 2. I don't think you get the version 1 anymore, but the version 1 was a lot heavier, thicker. It yellowed really quickly. It just wasn't great, but I still had it, still used it. I loved it. But this new system, it's a lot nicer. Anyway, let's get to the shoot. If you have any questions, leave them below. But I'll go over how I use this and the angles. The angles are the most important thing when you're using a small light source like this. Anyway, let's get to the shoot. Okay, so this shoot is definitely not about the MagMod system, but I do want to touch base with you on it because I do love this system. I've been shooting this system since they came out. I don't know how many years ago. It's been 5, 6, it could be 4, I don't know. But I did another video on when they created version 2. I think that was about 2 years ago. And this MagSphere is so much lighter. The magnets are placed better. Everything's just better about the system. Even the gels and the grids. They did a really good job on version 2. Now, getting into the lighting here, you'll notice I'm moving this light all the time, and you'll notice even though I have that light directly in front of her, I move to the right of the pole or left of the pole. That's where the shadow is going to drop. Or if I'm really tight on the pole like this, it's going to drop a little bit lower. I'm obviously a little bit to the right of the pole. I keep it a distance away because I don't mind shadow. You have to embrace shadow and light, especially shadow, because it carves out feature. It gives 3D look. I know everybody likes to think that the 1.2 lenses give that 3D look, but flat lighting, no matter what lens you're using, is not going to give you a 3D look. You want shadow, and you want to use shadow to your benefit. When I move that light further away, I have them turn their head into the light a little bit. It's just that simple. If they're facing the camera direct and that light is at that angle, even though I'm feathering it across her face, that's going to be a lot harder. Feather it across the face, and if I want to soften that, I'm going to say just turn your head a little bit to the right or to the left, depending on where the light is, and it's going to soften it. And it's going to give you a more pleasing light, depending on if that's what you want. Now, this is, off to my side quite a bit, and I just had her just the ever so slight angle, and it just works. Now, for shots like this, I want this to be moody. I like this shot, but it's not moody enough for me. I want that look where it matches the clothing and the style of this image. So I put that light up a little bit higher, put it off to my right a little bit more, and you notice I'll have her turn her head a little bit, and then I'll bring it back to get the look that I'm looking for or the light that I'm looking for off of this small light source. I can't repeat it enough. The placement of the light is the key, nothing else. And you see how high it is here, and you'll see this moody look that I'm going to get. I love that shadow underneath the chin. I like the false shadow on the left side, our left side. But I can just as easily make that look soft by dropping that light down just a little bit and moving it closer to the camera. Now, I know a lot of people will say, and I've heard it in the comments before, oh, you should drop the light even with her face because you're using a small light source. If I wanted flat, boring lighting, that's what I would do. But that to me is boring, and there's no depth to the image. use it and play with it. Everybody always asks me for that photo without the flash, so I gave you one. There it is, so you can see what the flash is doing. It does a lot. As far as that battery pack, again, I don't use it very often. You do not need it, but speed and long shoots, absolutely incredible. Recycle time is really good with this thing. I do like that for this type of shooting, especially since I was shooting a little bit longer with her today. But it just works. Now, I dropped that light down and kept it as close to the camera as I could because I'm doing that beauty shot. For me, that soft shadow underneath the chin, I think that's a really nice edge underneath the chin. If I was using, like I was using the other day with just bare flash, that would have been a lot harder, a lot sharper transition with the shadow. Now, for this, I brought in the reflector, and you'll notice the flash is going right past her, directly pointed at the reflector, not at her. I know it's a tendency, like if you're using something like this, you would think, oh, point it right at them. Well, you don't. You still feather that light. Even with a smaller light source, I'm shooting it at the reflector and bringing it back, and it's giving me just the right look that I'm looking for. And again, moving her, I can make it a harsh light by moving her forward, and I can make it a softer light by moving her back just 1 foot, and it's going to completely change the look of this. You just have to play with it and practice. But anyway, I'll leave the link for these MagMods in the description below, because I think I have a percentage off or something. I've had this for years and years and years. I've never used it, but I do have an affiliate link, so I will share that with you to get a percentage off if you want to try these. But they are really good. Now, I'm just throwing that backlight on there. So, and that's the 46, just a small strobe. You can use any strobe for the backlight. It's just going to make the backdrop white, and I'm not going to have to worry about shadows. Not that I had to with this lighting set up the way it is now, but you can see, how much brighter the white is, and it's not like losing color or anything. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the shoot. Thanks for watching as always.